Before praying, let us read Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. As the morning quietly unfolds, there is a gentle invitation in this passage to lift our eyes beyond our fears and uncertainties. Life often surrounds us with responsibilities, hidden worries, and unspoken concerns for those we love most. Yet here, in these sacred words, we are reminded that our help does not come from our own strength, nor from the fragile systems of this world, but from the Lord, the Creator of all things, the one who never grows tired and never looks away. His watchfulness is not distant or passive. It is deeply personal, steady, and filled with care. When we think about protection, especially for our family, our hearts can feel both tender and vulnerable. We want to shield them from pain, from danger, from anything that might break their peace. But we are gently reminded that God's protection is far greater than our own. He is present in every unseen moment, in the quiet drive to work, in the conversations we are not part of, in the hidden struggles we may never fully understand. He neither sleeps nor rests, meaning that even when we are unaware, His presence continues to surround and uphold those we love. This truth brings a calm reassurance, like a soft light that lingers even in uncertain places. There is also a quiet beauty in knowing that God watches over both our coming and going. Every step we take today, whether ordinary or unexpected, is held within His care. Every member of our family walks under that same gentle covering. We are not alone in our desire to protect. We are partnering with a faithful God who sees the full picture. As we begin this day, we can release our fears into His hands, trusting that He is already ahead of us, already present beside us, and already guarding those we hold dear. As this day gently continues, we are invited to remain in a quiet awareness of God's faithful presence surrounding us and our loved ones. The morning may have begun with calm intention and whispered prayers, yet as time moves forward, our thoughts can easily become crowded with responsibilities, unexpected concerns, and subtle anxieties. In these moments, it is easy to forget that God's protection is not limited to the stillness of early prayer. His presence continues without interruption, steady and unchanging, flowing through every hour like a quiet river that never runs dry, carrying with it peace, assurance, and unseen strength for every step we take. There is a deep comfort in remembering that God does not depend on our constant attention to remain near. Even when our minds are busy, even when we are distracted or tired, He does not move away. His faithfulness is not fragile. It does not weaken when we lose focus. Instead, He remains close, gently watching over every detail of our lives. This truth becomes even more meaningful when we think of our families. While we cannot stand beside them in every moment, God is already there. He is present in places we cannot reach, in conversations we cannot hear, and in situations we may never fully understand. His presence surrounds them with a care that is both tender and strong. At times, fear may quietly enter our hearts, especially when we think about the uncertainties that surround those we love. We may wonder if they will be safe, if they will be guided wisely, or if unseen dangers might cross their path. These thoughts can grow heavier when we try to carry them alone. Yet God gently reminds us that we were never meant to bear this weight by ourselves. His protection is not uncertain or temporary. It is firm, constant, and deeply rooted in His love. He sees what we cannot see. He knows what we cannot know. And in every hidden moment, His hand remains steady over the lives of those we care about. As we move through the day, there is an invitation to return, again and again, to a place of quiet trust. Not a forced or hurried trust, but a gentle surrender that unfolds within the heart. We can release our worries slowly, placing them into God's hands one by one. Each concern, each fear, Each silent question can be laid before him, and as we do this, something within us begins to soften. The tension we carry starts to loosen. The constant need to control every outcome begins to fade. In its place, a quiet peace begins to grow, reminding us that we are not alone in our care for our family. God's presence is not only around us, but also within the very moments we live. He walks beside us in ordinary routines and unexpected turns alike. When our loved ones step out into their day, they do not step into uncertainty alone. They step into a world where God is already present, already aware, already watching with unwavering attention. This truth allows us to breathe more deeply, to live more gently, and to love without being consumed by fear. So even now, in this very moment, we can choose to rest. Not because everything is certain, but because God is faithful. Not because we see every answer, but because He holds every outcome. And in that quiet resting, we find a deeper strength, one that does not come from striving, but from trusting that God's covering presence will remain steady and unbroken over us and our family throughout this day. As we continue into this day, we come before God not with loud demands, but with quiet trust. Our hearts carry the names of those we love, and in this moment, we gently place each one into His faithful hands. Lord, You see them more clearly than we ever could. You understand their paths, their thoughts, and the silent moments they do not share with anyone else. We do not need to explain everything to You, because You already know. And in that knowing, there is comfort. Father, we ask that Your presence would surround our family today in a way that is both strong and tender. Go before them in every place they step into. Stand beside them in every conversation they face. Rest upon them in every quiet moment when they feel alone. Let no harm come near them, not only in body, but also in mind and spirit. Protect their peace from anxiety, their hearts from fear, and their thoughts from anything that would steal their sense of safety in You. Lord, we gently declare that our family is under Your covering, not because we are perfect, but because You are faithful, not because we control everything, but because You hold all things together. Where there is uncertainty, bring calm. Where there is confusion, bring clarity. Where there is weakness, bring quiet strength. Let Your presence be like a soft shield around them, unseen yet unshakable. We also ask for protection in the small things we often overlook. Guard them in their routines, in their travels, in the simple moments that seem ordinary. Be present in the details we forget to pray about. Watch over their health, their decisions, and their interactions with others. Let Your wisdom gently guide them, even when they are not aware of it. Lead them away from harm, even when they do not realize danger was near. And Lord, for our own hearts, teach us to rest. We release the need to control every outcome. We release the quiet fears that try to return again and again. We place them into Your hands, trusting that You are already working beyond what we can see. Help us to walk through this day with a calm spirit, knowing that Your protection does not fail. We declare, with quiet confidence, that You are watching over our coming and going, that You are present in every unseen moment, that nothing escapes Your care. Let this truth settle deeply within us, bringing peace that does not depend on circumstances. And as this day continues, may Your presence remain steady over our family. May Your peace gently fill every space they enter. May Your protection quietly surround them in ways we may never fully see, yet always trust. As we continue into this day, we come before God not with loud demands, but with quiet trust. Our hearts carry the names of those we love, and in this moment, we gently place each one into His faithful hands. Lord, You see them more clearly than we ever could. You understand their paths, their thoughts, and the silent moments they do not share with anyone else. We do not need to explain everything to You, because You already know. And in that knowing, there is comfort, there is rest, and there is a gentle assurance that we are never alone in our care for them. Father, we ask that Your presence would surround our family today in a way that is both strong and tender. Go before them in every place they step into. Stand beside them in every conversation they face. Rest upon them in every quiet moment when they feel alone. Let no harm come near them, not only in body, but also in mind and spirit. Protect their peace from anxiety, their hearts from fear, and their thoughts from anything that would steal their sense of safety in you. Let your love quietly calm every storm that tries to rise within them today. Lord, we gently declare that our family is under your covering. Not because we are perfect, but because you are faithful. Not because we control everything, but because you hold all things together. Where there is uncertainty, bring calm. Where there is confusion, bring clarity. Where there is weakness, bring quiet strength. Let your presence be like a soft shield around them, unseen yet unshakable. Let them feel, even in small ways, that they are being held, guided, and protected by a love that does not fail or fade. We also ask for protection in the small things we often overlook. Guard them in their routines, in their travels, in the simple moments that seem ordinary. Be present in the details we forget to pray about. Watch over their health, their decisions, and their interactions with others. Let your wisdom gently guide them, even when they are not aware of it. Lead them away from harm, even when they do not realize danger was near. Redirect their steps when needed, and place quiet warnings in their hearts when something is not right. And Lord, for our own hearts, teach us to rest. We release the need to control every outcome. We release the quiet fears that try to return again and again. We place them into your hands, trusting that you are already working beyond what we can see. Help us to walk through this day with a calm spirit, knowing that your protection does not fail. Remind us gently, again and again, that you are near, that you are faithful, and that you are always watching over those we love. We declare, with quiet confidence, that you are watching over our coming and going, that you are present in every unseen moment, that nothing escapes your care. Let this truth settle deeply within us, bringing peace that does not depend on circumstances. Let it become a steady anchor for our hearts, something we return to whenever fear tries to rise within us again. And as this day continues, may your presence remain steady over our family. May your peace gently fill every space they enter. May your protection quietly surround them in ways we may never fully see, yet always trust. Let your goodness follow them, and let your mercy rest upon them in every moment, seen and unseen, today and always. As the day continues to unfold, there are many moments we do not see, many details we do not fully understand, and many paths our loved ones walk without us beside them. In these unseen spaces, our hearts may sometimes feel a quiet tension, wondering if everything will be all right. Yet this is where trust begins to deepen, not in what we can control, but in what we choose to release into God's hands. He is present in every hidden moment, in every quiet decision, and in every step taken beyond our sight. It is easy to trust when everything feels clear and calm. But true trust grows gently in the unknown, where we cannot predict outcomes or manage every detail. God invites us into that place not to create fear, but to build a deeper peace. A peace that does not depend on certainty, but on His unchanging nature. He sees the beginning and the end, and everything in between. While we hold only fragments, He holds the whole story with wisdom and care. For our families, this truth becomes a quiet source of strength. We may not know what they will face today, who they will encounter, or what challenges may arise. But God already knows. He walks ahead of them, preparing the way in ways we cannot imagine. He stands beside them, offering guidance even when they do not realize it. And He gently works within them, shaping their responses, protecting their hearts, and leading them toward what is good. Sometimes, protection does not look like the absence of difficulty, but the presence of God within it. There may be moments of stress, misunderstanding, or unexpected change. Yet even in those moments, God remains near. He can turn what seems heavy into something meaningful. He can bring calm into confusion and light into uncertainty. His protection is not always visible, but it is always real, always active, always faithful. As we reflect on this, we are invited to soften our grip on worry, not by ignoring it, but by placing it gently into God's care. Each concern can become a quiet prayer, Each fear can become a moment of surrender. And in that surrender, something shifts within us. We begin to breathe more freely. We begin to trust more deeply. We begin to rest, even while life continues to move around us. God does not ask us to understand everything. He asks us to trust Him in everything. And that trust is not built in one moment, but in many small choices throughout the day. Each time we remember Him, each time we release control, each time we choose peace over fear, our hearts grow stronger and more steady. So today, even in the unseen moments, we choose to trust. We trust that God is already there. We trust that He is working for our good and for the good of our family. We trust that His protection surrounds them in ways far beyond our understanding. And in that trust, we find a quiet, lasting peace. As the day continues to unfold, there are many moments we do not see, many details we do not fully understand, and many paths our loved ones walk without us beside them. In these unseen spaces, our hearts may sometimes feel a quiet tension, wondering if everything will be all right. Yet this is where trust begins to deepen, not in what we can control, but in what we choose to release into God's hands. He is present in every hidden moment, in every quiet decision, and in every step taken beyond our sight. Nothing escapes His attention, and nothing is too small for His care. It is easy to trust when everything feels clear and calm, when outcomes seem predictable, and life moves in a steady rhythm. But true trust grows gently in the unknown, where we cannot predict outcomes or manage every detail ourselves. God invites us into that place, not to create fear, but to build a deeper and more lasting peace. A peace that does not depend on certainty, but on His unchanging nature and faithful character. He sees the beginning and the end, and everything in between. While we hold only fragments, He holds the whole story with wisdom, patience, and perfect understanding. For our families, this truth becomes a quiet source of strength that steadies our hearts. We may not know what they will face today, who they will encounter, or what challenges may arise along their path. But God already knows each moment before it comes. He walks ahead of them, preparing the way in ways we cannot imagine or fully understand. He stands beside them, offering guidance even when they do not realize it. And He gently works within them, shaping their responses, protecting their hearts, and leading them toward what is good, safe, and aligned with His purpose. Sometimes, protection does not look like the absence of difficulty, but the presence of God within it. There may be moments of stress, misunderstanding, or unexpected change that we would rather avoid. Yet even in those moments, God remains near, steady, and attentive. He can turn what seems heavy into something meaningful. He can bring calm into confusion and light into uncertainty. His protection is not always visible to our eyes, but it is always real, always active, and always faithful in ways that reach deeper than what we can see on the surface. As we reflect on this, we are invited to soften our grip on worry, little by little, moment by moment, not by ignoring it, but by placing it gently into God's care with honesty and trust. Each concern can become a quiet prayer lifted from the heart. Each fear can become a moment of surrender, offered without resistance. And in that surrender, something begins to shift within us. We begin to breathe more freely, to think more clearly, and to trust more deeply in the one who holds all things together with perfect love. God does not ask us to understand everything before we trust Him. He simply asks us to trust Him in everything, even when understanding has not yet come. And that trust is not built in one moment, but in many small choices throughout the day. Each time we remember Him, each time we release control, each time we choose peace over fear, our hearts grow stronger, steadier, and more anchored in His presence. So today, even in the unseen moments, we choose to trust. We trust that God is already there before us. We trust that He is working for our good and for the good of our family in ways beyond our understanding. We trust that His protection surrounds them in ways far greater than what we could provide. And in that trust, we find a quiet, lasting peace that gently carries us through this day. As the day gently moves forward, there is a quiet longing within us for peace, not just a surface calm, but a deep and steady peace that settles within the heart. Life continues to unfold with its many demands, and even when nothing seems outwardly wrong, there can still be a quiet restlessness within us. Thoughts come and go, concerns rise and fall, and sometimes we carry a weight we cannot fully explain. Yet in the middle of all this, God offers a peace that is different from anything the world can give. It is not fragile, and it does not depend on perfect circumstances. This peace is not something we create by effort or control. It is something we receive by drawing near to God and trusting Him with what we carry. When we bring our thoughts to Him, when we gently speak His name in the middle of our day, something begins to change within us. The noise does not always disappear immediately, but it softens. The weight does not always vanish at once, but it becomes lighter. This is how His peace works, not always suddenly, but faithfully, quietly, and consistently over time. For our families, this peace becomes a covering not only around them, but within them. We often pray for their protection in physical ways, asking that they be kept safe from harm. But just as important is the protection of their hearts. The world can be loud, demanding, and sometimes overwhelming. Without even realizing it, they may carry stress, pressure, or quiet fears. So we ask that God's peace would guard them from within, that even in busy or challenging moments, they would feel a calm they cannot fully explain. God's peace has a gentle strength. It does not force itself, yet it remains steady. It does not shout, yet it speaks clearly to the heart. When anxiety tries to rise, His peace can meet it with quiet reassurance. When confusion appears, His peace can bring clarity one step at a time. When fear tries to take hold, His peace can remind us that we are not alone and that we are being held by a faithful and loving God. As we think of our loved ones, we can gently place their inner lives into God's care. Not only their safety, but their thoughts, their emotions, and their unseen struggles. We may not always know what they are facing inside, but God knows fully. He understands every feeling, every question, and every silent burden. And in His understanding, He brings a peace that reaches places we cannot reach ourselves. For our own hearts, this is also an invitation to slow down and rest. We do not have to carry every worry all at once. We do not have to solve everything in a single moment. We can pause, breathe, and remember that God is near. Even now, in this very moment, His peace is available to us. Not as something distant, but as something close, something present, something gently waiting to be received. So as this day continues, we choose to welcome that peace. We choose to let it settle within us, to guide our thoughts and to calm our hearts. We trust that God's peace will also rest upon our family, guarding them in ways we cannot see. And in that quiet assurance, we find strength, not loud or forceful strength, but a gentle and steady strength that carries us forward with hope. As the day continues to unfold, there are moments when we begin to feel tired, not only in body, but deep within our hearts. Responsibilities, thoughts, and quiet concerns can slowly gather, and even when we try to remain steady, we may feel a gentle weariness settling in. In these moments, God does not ask us to push harder or pretend to be strong. Instead, He invites us to come closer to Him, to find a strength that is not our own, but one that flows quietly from His faithful presence. This strength is different from the kind the world often speaks about. It is not loud, forceful, or demanding. It does not rush or strive to prove itself. Instead, it is calm, steady, and deeply rooted in trust. When we lean into God, even in a small and simple way, we begin to feel this strength rising within us. It may not remove every challenge, but it gives us the ability to walk through them with a peaceful and steady heart. For our families, this strength becomes a quiet covering over their lives. Each person carries their own responsibilities, their own thoughts, and their own unseen struggles. We may not always know what they are facing, but God does. And in His knowing, He provides strength that meets them exactly where they are. When they feel uncertain, He steadies them. When they feel weak, He gently lifts them. When they feel overwhelmed, He becomes a place of rest within their hearts. There is a quiet beauty in knowing that God's strength does not run out. It does not fade with time, and it does not depend on how well we are doing. Even when we feel at our lowest, His strength remains full and available. This truth allows us to release the pressure we often place on ourselves, the pressure to hold everything together, to always have the right answers, or to never feel tired. We are allowed to rest because God is the one who sustains us. As we move through this day, we can gently remind ourselves that we are not walking alone. Every step we take is supported by a presence that is constant and unchanging. When we begin to feel overwhelmed, we can pause, even briefly, and turn our hearts toward God. In that small turning, we find renewal. In that quiet moment, we find strength that does not come from effort, but from connection. This is also an invitation to release the fear that we may not be enough for those we love. We may worry about whether we are doing the right things, saying the right words, or providing enough care. But God, in His faithfulness, fills in the places where we fall short. He covers what we cannot cover. He provides what we cannot provide. And He strengthens not only us, but also those we are praying for. So today, we rest in this truth. God's strength is with us, and it is with our family. It is present in every moment, whether seen or unseen. It carries us when we feel weak, and it steadies us when we feel uncertain. We do not need to strive to create it, because it is already given. All we need to do is receive it, gently and trustfully. And as we continue through this day, may that strength remain within us like a quiet foundation, unshaken, steady, and full of peace. May it guide our steps, calm our hearts, and remind us that in every moment we are held by a faithful and loving God. As the day continues its quiet journey, we often find ourselves making decisions both small and significant. Some choices feel simple and routine, while others carry a deeper weight, shaping the direction of our lives and the lives of those we love. In these moments, whether we realize it or not, we long for guidance. We long to know that the path we are taking is safe, wise, and aligned with something greater than our limited understanding. And in this longing, God gently reminds us that we are not meant to walk without direction. God's guidance does not always come in loud or dramatic ways. More often, it is quiet, steady, and deeply personal. It may come as a gentle nudge within the heart, a sense of peace about one choice and hesitation about another. It may come through wisdom that rises softly in our thoughts, or through circumstances that unfold in unexpected yet meaningful ways. However it comes, His guidance is always rooted in love, always leading us toward what is good, even when the path is not immediately clear. For our families, this guidance becomes a precious covering over their daily lives. Each of them faces decisions we may never fully see or understand. They choose how to respond to others, how to handle challenges, and how to move forward in moments of uncertainty. While we cannot stand beside them in every decision, God is already there. He sees each moment before it happens, and He gently leads them, step by step, with a wisdom far beyond our own. There is comfort in knowing that God does not expect perfection from us or from those we love. He does not withdraw His guidance when mistakes are made. Instead, He remains patient and near, gently redirecting, gently restoring, gently guiding us back when we lose our way. His love does not depend on flawless decisions. His guidance flows from His constant presence and His deep desire to lead us into peace. Sometimes we may worry that our loved ones will make wrong choices or walk into difficult situations. These thoughts can create a quiet anxiety within us, especially when we feel we cannot intervene. But in these moments, we are invited to trust that God's guidance is greater than our fears. He is able to reach them in ways we cannot. He is able to speak to their hearts, to shape their understanding, and to lead them safely, even when we are not there. As we reflect on this, we can gently release the need to control every outcome. We can place each decision, each unknown path, into God's hands. This does not mean we stop caring, but that we begin trusting more deeply. We trust that God is actively involved, that He is not distant, and that He is faithfully guiding those we love with care and wisdom. For our own lives, this is also an invitation to slow down and listen. In the middle of a busy day, we can pause even briefly and turn our hearts toward God. In that quiet turning, we become more aware of His presence. We begin to notice His guidance more clearly, and we find ourselves walking with greater peace, knowing that we are not choosing alone. So today, we rest in this truth. God is guiding us, and He is guiding our family. Every step, every decision, every unseen moment is held within His wisdom. We do not need to fear the unknown, because He is already there. And as we continue forward, may we walk gently, trust deeply, and follow His quiet, leading with peaceful hearts. As the day settles into its later hours, there is often a quiet shift within our hearts. The urgency of the morning begins to fade, and in its place comes a deeper awareness of how much we have carried throughout the day. Some moments may have been peaceful, while others may have brought tension, questions, or quiet fatigue. Yet in all of this, one truth remains steady and unchanging. God's love has been present through every moment, holding us and our family with a care that never weakens. God's love is not distant or conditional. It does not depend on how well our day has gone or how strong our faith has felt. It is constant, gentle, and deeply rooted in who He is. Even when we feel distracted, even when we forget to pause and pray, His love does not move away from us. It continues to surround us, quietly and faithfully, offering comfort in ways we may not always recognize right away. For our families, this love becomes a covering more powerful than anything we could create on our own. It reaches into the spaces we cannot see, into the moments we are not part of, and into the thoughts and feelings that remain unspoken. God's love meets them exactly where they are. When they feel strong, it steadies them. When they feel uncertain, it reassures them. When they feel weary, it gently lifts and restores them from within. There is something deeply healing in remembering that our loved ones are not only under God's protection, but also within His love. Protection may guard them from harm, but love nurtures their hearts, shapes their identity, and fills them with a quiet sense of belonging. It reminds them, even in difficult moments, that they are not alone, that they are seen, and that they are deeply cared for by a faithful God. Sometimes, we may carry hidden worries about whether our family feels secure, whether they are at peace, or whether they are quietly struggling in ways we cannot see. These concerns can weigh on us, especially when we do not have clear answers. But in these moments, we are gently invited to trust that God's love is already reaching them. He understands every need, every question, and every silent burden. And in His perfect understanding, He responds with compassion and care. For our own hearts, this is an invitation to rest more deeply than we have before. We do not need to carry everything alone. We do not need to hold every concern tightly. We can slowly release them, placing them into the hands of a God whose love is both strong and tender. As we do this, something begins to soften within us. The tension we carry starts to ease, and a quiet peace begins to settle in its place. God's love is not rushed. It does not pressure or overwhelm. It moves gently, patiently, and faithfully through our lives. It meets us in stillness, in silence, and even in the middle of a busy day. And when we become aware of it, even for a moment, it changes how we feel, how we think, and how we continue forward. So as this day draws closer to its end, we choose to rest in that love. We trust that it has been with us all along, and that it will continue to remain with us and our family. We trust that it will carry us through what we understand and what we do not. And in that trust, we find a quiet, healing rest that gently restores our hearts. As the day begins to draw to a close, there is a gentle invitation to slow down and reflect on all that has passed. Some moments may remain clear in our minds, while others fade softly into the background. There may have been peace, there may have been challenges, and there may have been quiet thoughts we never fully expressed. Yet through every moment, whether noticed or unseen, God has remained present. And now, at the edge of this day, we are invited not to carry everything forward, but to gently surrender it all into His hands. Surrender is often misunderstood. It is not giving up, and it is not a sign of weakness. Instead, it is a quiet act of trust. It is choosing to release what we cannot control and placing it into the care of a God who is both faithful and loving. Throughout the day, we may have carried concerns for our family, wondering if they were safe, if they were at peace, or if they faced anything difficult. Now, in this moment, we can slowly let those thoughts rest. We can entrust each one to God, knowing that His care does not end when our awareness fades. For our loved ones, this surrender becomes a covering of peace over their night. As they rest, God continues to watch over them. He remains near in every quiet moment, in every breath, and in every unseen hour. There is something deeply comforting in knowing that while we sleep, God does not. His presence remains steady, guarding, protecting, and surrounding those we love with a care that never weakens or fades. There may still be things we do not understand. There may be questions without answers, situations unresolved, or quiet concerns that linger in the background of our thoughts. But surrender allows us to release the need to solve everything tonight. It allows us to rest, trusting that God is already at work beyond what we can see. He is not limited by time, and He is not confined to our understanding. What feels incomplete to us is already held fully within His wisdom. As we place this day into God's hands, we also release any weight we carry within ourselves. The moments we wish had gone differently, the words we wish we had said, the thoughts we cannot quiet, these too can be surrendered. God receives them without judgment, with gentleness and compassion. In His presence, we are not required to be perfect. We are simply invited to come as we are and to rest. This surrender creates space within our hearts, space for peace to settle, for breathing to slow, and for stillness to gently return. It reminds us that we are not responsible for holding everything together. God is the one who sustains, who protects, and who carries what we cannot. And in that truth, we are allowed to rest more deeply than before. So tonight, we release this day. We release our family into God's care once again. We release our worries, our questions, and our quiet fears. We trust that His presence will remain through every moment of the night, steady and unchanging. And as we rest, may our hearts remain peaceful, knowing that we are held, that our loved ones are held, and that God's faithful care continues, even in the silence of the night. As this day comes to its quiet end, we rest in the gentle assurance that God has been with us through every moment. In the seen and unseen, in the calm and the uncertain, His presence has never left us. Now, as we prepare to rest, we place ourselves and our family once more into His loving hands, trusting that His care will continue through the night. Lord, we thank You for Your faithfulness today. Thank You for the ways You have protected us, guided us, and carried us, even when we were not fully aware. We are grateful that Your love does not depend on our strength, but remains steady through every moment. As we rest, we ask that Your peace would gently fill our hearts and our home. We lift up our family to You once again. Watch over them as they sleep, guard their bodies, calm their minds, and bring deep and restoring rest to their souls. Let no fear disturb them, and let no harm come near them. Surround them with Your presence, and let Your peace remain with them through every hour of the night. For our own hearts, Lord, we release every remaining worry. We let go of what we cannot control, and we trust You with what lies ahead. Help us to rest fully, knowing that You are always watching, always caring, and always near. As a new day will come, we choose to trust You again. We choose to believe in Your goodness, Your protection, and Your unfailing love. If this prayer has brought you peace, gently hold it in your heart and carry it into tomorrow. Amen.